Hello guys, and welcome back to another Fact Filled Friday. Today, on this Fact Filled Friday, we'll be talking about the 10 greatest cricket players ever. But before we get into that, I'm just going to tell you my best cricket players that I have loved watching. We start off with Virat Kohli, who I think is one of an incredible batsman, but I'm not going to go into detail about these players. I also have AB de Villiers, Faf du Plessis, Chris Gayle, because who doesn't love Chris Gayle, Dale Steyn, Jacque Kallis, Graham Smith, David Warner, and there's about a million more that I could just sit here mentioning. And before we start, I'll just have to say that I really like watching South Africa. I love the Proteas. But I also love my Zimbos. Right there. Unfortunately, none of them has made this list. So, let's get into the number 10 spot, who is Wasim Karim of Pakistan. He is the greatest fast bowler with 881 wickets, second only to the best bowler ever. What's his name? Muralitran, who is a star and is said to be one of the founders of reverse swing bowlers. I think this is quite interesting. He sounds like he would have really just destroyed everyone. Number 9 on our list, we have Shane Warne, who bowled probably the best ball anyone would ever see, that massive, massive spinner. Well, he is widely regarded as one of the best bowlers ever and has over 1,000 wickets at first class level. Again, only second to mutthian muralitran. I'm really sorry, I'm saying that wrong, I know. But yeah. I love watching Shane Warne's great balls. I watch them over on highlights. They look amazing. He seems like a nice guy. So second up, we have one that I heard of for so long. Lara from the West Indies. Shane Warne's from Australia, by the way. I'm sure you knew that. He is one of the greatest batsmen ever. He has several records, including the most runs by a single player in first-class cricket, 501 not out, and the most runs in Test cricket, 400 not out against England in 2004. He is also the only player ever to get a 100, a double 100, a triple 100, a quadruple 100, and a quintuple 100. Which I think is pretty amazing. How can you get all of those? All in first class cricket. I think that is some superb batting right there. Next on our list we have the man, I keep saying his name wrong, Mutthian Muralitran from Sri Lanka. He is rated the best test match bowler ever. He retired in 2010 after getting his 800th and final wicket from his final ball in Test match cricket. Took over Shane Warne's record in 2007. I think this man is quite amazing, as not only is he got the most runs ever, he also got his final wicket on his final ball ever in Test match. I think that's a big milestone for him. And so we're off to our next person, who is Jacque from South Africa. He is one of the best all-rounders ever to live. I am very proud to have actually watched him. And he's one of the more recent cricketers on this list. As of 2013, he was the only cricketer in the history of the game to have over 11,000 runs and 250 wickets in both one-day and Test cricket. In 2000 2007, he scored 500s in 4 test matches. So that's pretty amazing. In the second innings of the 3rd test match, he made his 40th century, beating Ricky Ponting's record, and now he has the second most centuries, only after Sachin Tendulkar, who is probably one of the greatest people ever. At number 13, we have Imran Khan. He is said to be the best captain ever for Pakistan, which Pakistan must be very proud of. Not only has he taken his country to victory in the 1992 World Cup, he also played from 1971 to 1992, so he had a nice long career. He has been captain from 1982 to 1992, 10 years, quite a nice thing, with 3,807 runs and 362 wickets in Test cricket. He's one of the 8 cricketers to have achieved a all-rounder triple in Test matches. In July 2010, he was added to the ICC Hall of Fame. I think he's quite an amazing man for a couple of reasons. He had so much pressure on him, yet he still managed to pull through and lead his country to victory and score many runs and do very well. And he's managed to make it to the Hall of Fame. So take my hat off to him. We're moving into our number 4 spot. This is where things get interesting. And we have Vivians Richards of West Indies. He is said to be part of the greatest cricketers ever. He is a world-renowned batsman. He was actually voted one of the 5 cricketers of the century in 2000 by 100 experts, along with Sir Don Bradman, Sir Garfield Sobers, Sir Jack Hobbs, and Shane Warne. In 2002, Richard was voted to have played the best ODI innings of all time. Later in 2002, he was also said to be the best ODI player of all time, which I think is quite amazing. He's also said to be the 3rd best Test match player after Sachin Tendulkar and, of course, Sir Don Bradman. But if you hear him again, I'm just going to call him Don or Bradman. So that he is definitely a great player and he deserves his spot on our list. And we get over to number 3, who is Gary Sobers, also of the West Indies. He is widely considered one of the greatest all-rounders of all time. He originally played more as a bowler, but he was soon moved up the batting order. As of 1958, Sobers scored his first Test century against Pakistan. That was in 1958. He soon progressed to 365, which was the new world record for a single player, which was only very later beaten by Lara, who of course holds the record right now. So yeah, he was an amazing all-rounder. Yeah, I don't have his bowling figures, but yeah, they will be pretty high up there. He definitely deserves his place on this list. Now we're moving into the big boys, the last 2. And first off, at number 2, we have Sachin Tendulkar, the Indian of just great power and amazing batsman. He is regarded as the 2nd greatest Test match batsman of all time, after Sir Don Bradman. And the 2nd best ODI player after Vivians Richards. Tendulkar played in the 2011 World Cup, which India won. Almost every batting record is held by Sachin Tendulkar. I'm sure you will agree with me. He deserves his second place spot. Tendulkar, I think, he's one of the younger players on this list, but he is quite an amazing player. And I was lucky enough to watch him quite a lot, but his last few matches I did see a lot of ducks from him, but I still think he deserves every single record he's got. I think he's been great, and I love how he still supports his country. He goes there all the time, and yeah, that was great of him. And now we're on to our number 1 list, and this is, if you haven't guessed it already, which I'm pretty sure you have, it's Sir Don Bradman. He's definitely by far the best ever test match batsman. He has a batting average of 99.94. How is that even possible? That's nearly 100 every match. I mean, he is... wow. I don't even know what to say about that. That's beyond good. He's often cited as the best achievement of all sportsmen in any major sport, statistically. During his 20-year career, Bradman consistently, at a level, made the captain at the time say he was worth 3 batsmen to Australia. Those have been our top 10, but before I finish, I've got a couple of things. Firstly, to say about Don Bradman. I've heard about him, but I mean, when I read about him in research, made me fascinated how amazing he was. Sure, every single person on this list deserves to be here, is amazing. Every single one of them served their countries well and will be remembered in history for as long can be. And I hope there will be many more like them to come. And I hope for more fun and games. So our Fact Filled Friday is unfortunately nearing an end. But before we end it, I'm going to say a few players who haven't made this list but are just outside. Firstly, we have Rahul Dravid, Adam Gilchrist, Kumar Sangakkara, and Ricky Ponting. Each and every player on this list is a retired cricketer and no longer plays anymore. So please understand that none of the De Villiers or Gales are here. I hope you enjoyed the video very much and had a great time watching. And yeah, please be sure to hit the subscribe button or the like button if you really enjoyed, and I hope for feedback. So thanks for another great Fact Filled Friday, and if this can get over 10 views, we'll have another one next week for you guys. I've really loved making them, and that's it from me, guys.